Hi, my name is Josh Labounty. I'm a PhD student here at the University of Washington. I'm excited to be able to talk a little bit about the Pioneer experiment. So Pioneer is designed to probe CKM unitarity and lepton flavor universality through the measurement of the charged pion branching ratio. In particular, why we're so interested in these two ratios, Re mu in phase one and R pi beta in phase two, is summed up basically in this figure. So we think that we will be able to shrink our experimental error bars to be on par with theoretical predictions, which would potentially give us a lot of discovery power in this space compared to the previous generation experimental values, which you can see sort of here in blue. How we go about measuring this too is relatively simple, at least in concept. So you take a bunch of pions, stop them in an active 4D tracking target, and then let them decay and measure the energy of that final decay product, and count the number of times you end up in the Michel spectrum versus the number of times you end up in the direct pi to E sort of monoenergetic peak at half the pion mass. And from there, you can extract out your branching ratio. And a similar logic extends out to pion beta decay. Now, in practice, you end up with some complications due to calorimeter energy leakage, which means that you have a low energy tail that you need to account for. And this tail was particularly damaging to previous generation experiments and prevented them from reaching their systematic goals. Now we have two strategies for dealing with this. One is to build a longer, more uniform calorimeter to reduce that tail as much as possible. And the second is to be able to create a systematic data set using the 4D tracking target that says, irrespective of the final state energy, this was definitely a pi to E decay. And from this data set, you can subtract out the Michel spectrum, directly measure the tail, and then apply that known tail measurement as a correction to your unbiased branching ratio. And we believe that the combination of these two approaches will allow us to reach our systematic goals and really say something significant in this space of lepton flavor universality. Now, Pioneer has a long physics program that is going to be stretching out until 2029, potentially beyond, but we just completed our first beam tests at the Pi 5 beam line at PSI, which were really promising and showed that we do have the pion rate there necessary to complete phase one of the experiment. And we're using the data that we gathered to tune our beamline simulations to potentially make some improvements to the beamline to better be able to meet our other goals in terms of momentum spread and particle contamination going forward. So if that sounds interesting to you, please come and reach out during the in-person poster session. I'd love to talk more about the experiment, or you can find more information here at this link. Enjoy the conference and have a great day.